Let's find out what the best Ally X joystick mod is. We're putting the GuliKit Hall Effect joysticks up against the HandheldDIY TMR joystick modules. Now, we won't be covering installation and setup here. We've already done dedicated reviews on each of these, so both the GuliKit sticks and the HandheldDIY sticks. And over there, I show you a step-by-step guide on how to replace the sticks, how to calibrate the new ones, and all of that stuff. Instead, we'll be comparing both modules against the stock ones, their design, feel, comparing Hall Effect versus TMR, the calibration differences, polling rate, error rates, price, and just loads of stuff. So stick around. Let's start with their design. So both offer drop-in replacement joystick modules that require no soldering. It's all done for you, which is epic. The only thing you need to do is remove your old joystick caps from the stock modules and put them onto the new ones. So we can see the GuliKit modules themselves are actually much larger than the HandheldDIY ones and are similar in design to the stock modules. However, the HandheldDIY sticks have a much lower profile design featuring K-Silver TMR modules. Now, flipping them over, we can see another difference. The HandheldDIY modules have two added buttons, K1 and K2, and also have an LED as well. And those are there for physical hardware calibration. However, the GuliKit modules just don't have this. Instead, they rely on software calibration. So which is best to calibrate? Well, this is really subjective. The GuliKits are technically easier to calibrate because they calibrate via the Asus Armoury Crate calibration tool, and that's it. There's no faffing around, and this is ideal for the user, providing that they're only using Windows 11 and have Armoury Crate installed. The HandheldDIY, yes, is slightly more fiddly to calibrate. Again, see the review for detailed information on how to calibrate, but the fact that they have hardware calibration means that they can be calibrated no matter what operating system you're using. So for those looking to solely run SteamOS when that drops, these are the clear winner. These are more fiddly to calibrate, but in my opinion, it's a way more future-proof solution. However, if you're new to modding and want an easy ride, knowing you'll only ever be running Windows on your Ally X, then the GuliKits may be for you. But let's talk test results and compare them to the stock sticks. Now, unfortunately, all three of these sticks have cardinal snapping issues where it snaps to the axis once it goes past it. This is an Asus problem. Hopefully, they can address it in a firmware update. Now, in circularity testing, the original sticks come in at a 6.5% error rate. Post-calibration, the GuliKit sticks come in at 10.5% error rate, and the HandheldDIY sticks come in at around 15%. However, this is kind of counterintuitive because here, the higher the error rate, the better. Circularity error rate is not a bad thing. It's just telling us that it's not a perfect circle. So joysticks with a 0% error rate have an artificially applied outer dead zone, and that can cause issues with retro titles and even FPS games. The higher the error rate, the more square the input radius is, which is better as it means we have a closer to raw mode input with more accuracy in the diagonal input. And this is better for retro titles and gives us more accuracy in FPS games because joystick modules actually do input as a square, not as a circle. Testing the polling rate then, the original sticks have a maximum of 1000 Hertz, but they only have a 60% stability, which means their average polling rate is 600 Hertz. The GuliKit have a max of 1000 Hertz, a 61.92% stability with an average of 619 Hertz. And finally, the HandheldDIY sticks have a maximum of 1000 with a 62.46 stability and an average of 624 Hertz. So a very minor improvement against the original sticks, and honestly, it's such a close margin of error. I'd just say all three modules are the same polling rate. Despite this, though, an average of 600 Hertz polling rate is actually still very good. So feeling wise, the GuliKit sticks are basically identical to the stock Ally sticks, which is fine and maybe welcome to a lot of people who enjoy the original Ally X sticks. And because of this means that you won't need to get used to that new stick feel. However, the HandheldDIY sticks have actually added a 30% increase to resistance, making them stiffer, requiring more force to move. But in my experience, this leads to finer accuracy and more precision precision, so I tend not to overshoot here. And generally, they just feel a little bit more premium as well. The joysticks just feel nicer. I also found the HandheldDIY sticks to be the smoothest when moving in circular motion, because I found sometimes you could just about feel the dome of the cap catching on that really large module on that GuliKit stick, and it just didn't feel as smooth as the HandheldDIY ones. Now, before we discuss gaming though, let's discuss Hall effect versus TMR. So we all know what Hall effect is. They use magnets instead of friction like potentiometer sticks do, meaning we have a much less chance of developing stick drift. However, TMR take the improvements even further. Not only are TMR joysticks resistant to drift, as they're still using magnets to input, but TMR sticks also have a 10 times higher resolution compared to Hall effect, which means they're way more sensitive at picking up precise movements. This is easiest to think of when you think of going from 1080p resolution up to 4K resolution. That's the kind of thing that's going on here from going from Hall effect to TMR. So TMR are like Hall effect V2, essentially. On top of this, TMR also have much less power consumption when in use as well. So technically, the HandheldDIY TMR joysticks are better technology than the GuliKit Hall effect sticks, but do remember the GuliKit Hall sticks are still a massive improvement over the stock potentiometer sticks. In use then and gaming, the GuliKit sticks are much better than the stock ones, with lower dead zones, better reach in those diagonals, and a similar feel to stock. They're an overall improvement, but I have to say the HandheldDIY TMR sticks are just another story. They're just much better again. 10 times improved input resolution, lower dead zones again, even greater diagonal reach alongside that 30% increased resistance. These sticks are just on another level. And, you know, for me, it's just instantly noticeable as being more accurate, more responsive, and just an overall win. I love the increased feel in force and how sensitive they are and just how smooth they feel in motion as well. So I think it's pretty obvious that the HandheldDIY sticks are the clear winners here. But what about the price? Well, the GuliKit sticks come in at £22, whereas the HandheldDIY TMR sticks come in at £24 on their website at least. Unfortunately, here in the UK, Amazon has the HandheldDIY ones listed £10 more than the website for some reason. So if you look at the website, buying it from the website at £2 more though, you know, it's a no-brainer. And yes, I did purchase these myself as well. I've had these since pre-order, and I've only just got around to doing all these videos now. But yeah, HandheldDIY, they're the ones that I have left in my Ally X now. They're the ones I've chosen after doing all this testing. I'm gone, yep, I'm keeping these ones. So ultimately, both the GuliKit and the HandheldDIY are better than stock, and it purely comes down to the price in your area and whether you care too much about calibration. But the better sticks are, you know, hands down HandheldDIY TMR, because TMR technology is just leagues above here and the benefits are noticeable in use, and that's the important bit. So what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. What have you chosen? What, are you going to do one of these? Are you looking to get them? Have you done one already? Let me know your experiences and everything else down in the comments. Whilst you're down there, like this video, subscribe, become a member, and you can talk to me and AJ on our private Discord, and you get to see these videos early sometimes. And whilst you're sticking around, check out our podcast on this channel and our weekly news as well, and stick around for all things Ally X and handheld gaming. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.